Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back. I'm so sorry. It's been a long time since I've recorded a video. This is the third week without one. So we're going to get one up in time. And then after this, I promise we'll go back to our regular schedule of videos every Friday. My apologies, everybody. It has been insane with Chili Mountain taking off and becoming a lot more work than before. We're having a high having a high number of events. We're having really explosive tournaments. We're having our Ice Cold EU Cup coming up. $400. It's going to have Tetcher and Caldor casting. We're very excited about that, and Jinx as well. Last tournament, we had Bahamut casting. That was really cool. We had a lot of HGC players, ex-HGC players in our tournament participating. So very exciting stuff. Chili Mountain's taking off. You guys should check all that in the links in the description below. These are really intense games, high-level games, and you can learn a lot from them by watching these insane players playing. Besides that, let's jump into the video. This week, we're going to talk about three tips to improve your Storm League rank very quickly. So we'll hop right into that. We'll start right now with tip number one, jump into it. Tip number one is going to be identify your heroes that you're good with. Know in your head. Now you might think, Chillrogg, this is easy. I know the heroes I'm good with. But let's just reinforce that. Right click, view profile on your profile, go to statistics, filter for this season and filter for Storm League. Now within this section, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. Highest win rate as. That's what you want to filter for, and make sure it's this season and Storm League. You don't want to, learn your best quick match heroes. You want to know what you're performing well on in ranked. And now look at this. Before looking at this, I would have said I'm a really good Gray main. Why? Because Gray main was the first thing that got me into solo queue masters. You see, 2017 to 2018, I did it off the back of Gray main, 42 and 20. That was a big Gray main season for me. So it's like Gray main's going to work for me. It's a low sample size, 5 and 8. He's not working for me as much this season, so good to know. Maybe I back off him a little bit. Maybe the sample size is a little bit low, but it's good to know these things, what's holding you back. So identify your good ones, identify your good ones, identify your bad ones. So Medivh right now, 19 and 14, that's working for me. Sonya, 20 and 14, working for me. Imperius, that's one game, it's not too much. Vala, 4 and 4. I didn't play that many games this season. Another thing that's important to note is this is going to work for you much better if you have at least 100 games this season. So keep that in mind. So first, identify what you're good at. Look at your numbers here and see with a decent sample size. Probably like if you have 10 games on it, it's probably an okay indicator. So Gray main, probably I should back off it a little bit. It's not performing as well as it usually does. For me, maybe I'll look at the talents or figure something out. For me, I'm going to lean heavier on Sonya and Medivh. Gul'dan on his map. Zavala is just like kind of neutral. I can pick Vala whenever. If like whatever the draft isn't working out for Medivh or a more specialized hero. So that's tip number one. Understand what you're good at. Pull back on the heroes that aren't doing well for you. So this is my profile is not the best example because if a hero is not doing well for me, I'm going to pull back off of it before I do insane damage. But let's just check someone out, like a random person's profile, just a random person in here. And let's see, people will keep playing something that doesn't work because they're not looking at their statistics profile or section and they're not really understanding. So they can do a lot of damage. This person has played 500 games this season. That's actually a ton of games. Probably I've only done that once or twice in my HOTS history. And what's really hurting them here is Chromie, 15 and 21. That's a lot of losses there. Brightwing. It's actually, I don't know what's hurting them that much. I would have expected bigger losses here because they have a really good Sonya and a really good Butcher. I'd expect this person to climb more. Strange. Okay. But you get the idea. Keep an eye on that statistics section and cut those heroes you're not doing well with and focus more on those heroes that you're good at. I would recommend a hero pool that you sit down and kind of write out on a notepad or somewhere. Write out 3 to 6 heroes that you feel you are fantastic on and the numbers back it up. Keep it nice. So that's tip number 2. Once you identify your heroes that you're good at and you sort through the statistics section, narrow that hero pool up. Use that information from tip number 1 and narrow it up and just choose 3 to 6 heroes and keep it just to that in Storm League. And this is going to allow you to get really insanely good on these heroes and you'll know every single talent tier, which ones to take, which talents are auto picks, which ones are flex picks. You'll know the matchups in lane and the solo lane matchups or whatever, who you're strong into, who you're weak into. You'll know everything about those heroes because you'll play this smaller hero pool, and you become a really insanely good on the heroes. And this is the kind of thing where, you play a bunch of games on these heroes, and every game you're big damage, big siege numbers, big experience soaked, and all these little tricks about the hero to get the most out of it, and you're a carry every single game, and that's how you really move your Storm League rank. You got to kind of think about that. You're a carry every single game. Every single game you want to walk away with big numbers, big siege, big all these things, and low deaths. And a lot of other things as well, but that'll get you far if you can do that, if you can start to get really comfortable on these heroes and get insane value out of them. So that's tip number 2. Now let's tip number 3. So the third tip. Now go over your hero pool really quick. If you feel like it's a little bit light, or you feel like Chillrogg, I'm not sure I have the right heroes here. What do you think? Consider adding these heroes to your pool, or consider adding, I would say, versatile heroes to your pool. I'll go over what that means in a minute, but I'm not sure I recommend this, because if you're already good on heroes, to add new ones, it's going to take you like 20 or 30 games to really get into like the rhythm with these heroes, and then probably like 100 to become like really mastering a hero. Especially if like you're a newer player and you haven't played the hero before, you've only played it a few times. Adding a hero will be a big effort, a big endeavor, but keep this in mind. But here are the ones I recommend in case you happen to have them, or you really are motivated and you say, I want to pick up some new hero that'll help me. Sonya's a good one. So versatile heroes, what do I mean? It's heroes that can win the game in a few different ways. So my main is Medivh a lot of the time. And I play a lot of Zarya too. These are bad. I wouldn't recommend these. Why? Medivh is going to win the game through team fighting and getting vision and kind of these like, he's very one-dimensional. Like a lot of the time I'm winning the game through team fighting or through like last minute boss play, but that's kind of team fighting anyway. It's really just a team fight. If things go wrong in the team fight, I'm out of luck with Medivh. It's probably not going to work out for me unless we can get a pick somehow or something like that. But if I'm on Greymane and the team fight's not working out, I can just pretend I'm Zagara and go split push or do camps or whatever, just that kind of like PvE stuff. So Greymane's got 2 plans here, 2 ways to win. He can win the team fight. He's very good in a team fight. Or he can do camps and stuff and siege and whatever, double soak and do all these other macro ways to win. So Greymane's nice and versatile. Who else is versatile? Ragnaros, great, especially in lower leagues, because Lava Wave makes it very easy to get PvE value. Rag, not quite as strong in the team fight, but if you play him right, he can actually be insane in the team fight, especially if you play off of his trait. Sulfurious Smash is pretty awesome if you can land it. Consider Ragnaros. Sonya as well. Sonya can easily carry a team fight. Wrath of the Berserker E-build is very easy to play and does a ton of damage. And Sonya, same thing. If the team fight doesn't work out, you can just pretend you're Zagara, go do camps, go split push, pop Wrath in that top lane on Towers of Doom, and just push that top, do the camp and push that top lane down. Double soak. Sonya is very powerful PvE as well. Think about these heroes where plan A, trying to win the team fight. Maybe plan A is the split push. These heroes that have a few ways to win. Deathwing, same thing. He's kind of a global. Very good in the team fight. Very good in macro. Leoric, Falstad. These kind of heroes that can win a few different ways. These are the heroes I think are easiest to climb with, because a lot of the times I feel like, especially when I'm coaching people, that they tell me, Chillrogg, my team is terrible, and a lot of times they fight the whole time, but they're bad and they can't win the team fight. So it's nice to open up a second avenue to win. So these are my 3 quick tips. We'll go over them again really quickly. 1, identify what heroes you're good at and what heroes you're bad at in the statistics section. Be honest with yourself. If you're 1 in 10 on a hero, maybe it's time to let it go. If you really want to play it like I did. I don't listen to my own advice. If we go back in time here to 2016, when Chillrogg was terrible, and I was learning how to play the game, I grinded out 607 games this season, and I was in silver, and I was like, I'm playing Medivh. I don't care. This hero is awesome. I'm playing it. I won't hear a word about it. And I was bad at him. It took me a long time to get good at him. But then right away, if you grind out these high number of games, I got coaching that helped a lot too. Coaching, shout out to Drebo. He was a top 10 EU player back then. I don't think he plays anymore. But he helped me a ton, and we go from silver to plat. So you can do it. You just have to grind. You have to narrow that hero pool up a little bit. So that's tip number one. We got a little off the rails there. Tip number one, identify your best heroes, your worst heroes. Tip number two, narrow that hero pool to the good heroes. 3 to 6 heroes are good. Tip number three, if you want to expand that hero pool a little bit for some reason, consider versatile heroes who can win the game in multiple ways. And that's pretty much our guide for today. We'll jump into full screen. Okay, the full screen didn't work. Just kidding. We're going to stay here. That's pretty much our guide for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, definitely smash that subscribe button below. Really appreciate it. And also, check out the links to Chili Mountain. There's a ton of awesome events coming up. Ice Cold EU Cup is up next. It's going to be a really big EU tournament. Hopefully, we're going to attract a bunch of the same pros that were playing in the NA Super Cup. We've got Caldor, Tetra Casting, Jinx Casting. Really cool people. Check it out. That's going to be September 19th and September 20th, a 2-day event. Check it out. Links in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Catch you later.